It is another sellout here at the Siegel Center as we get set for Dayton and VCU. It is an energetic Saturday night here in Richmond, Virginia. VCU 6-5 in the A-10. Dayton, meanwhile, 5-6. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. And most notably for VCU is that Jonathan Williams, who missed the Richmond game with a sprained left ankle, is in the starting lineup. And Mike Rhodes told us earlier today, he said, listen, he's going to go. He goes, even if I have to carry him out to the floor, he's going to go. There is Jonathan. I asked Jonathan just before the ballgame, how you feeling? He said, I'm feeling much better, and I am anxious to get out there. Justin Tillman, Josh Cunningham are at center court. That is big Dwayne Gladden with the basketball. He'll toss it up, and we are underway from the Siegel Center. A little game of revenge. VCU trying to erase what was a 106-79 loss the last time they faced the Dayton Flyers out in Dayton.
VCU out here with something to prove. It starts with Justin Tillman early and often. This Dayton four-guard front is going to challenge the perimeter for VCU.
Traveling violation right off the bat on Jenkins. They did have Tillman open inside. Anthony Grant, his first year at Dayton. He is a Dayton grad, played basketball there. Also was the head coach here at VCU and led them to 2 conference championships.
People think about VCU, they think about Shaka Smart, but it was Anthony Grant who laid that foundation for Smart to take it to the next level and achieve truly national success.
And these 2 coaches have a very good relationship. They've known each other for a long time. Evan Washburn, we'll get into that a little later on. There's the defensive trap and maybe a traveling violation. Nope, a 5-second violation called against the Flyers. There is Mike Rhodes, his first year. He was an assistant coach here at VCU, was also the head coach at nearby Randolph-Macon for 10 years, went on to be a head coach at Rice. When Will Wade left for LSU, he decided it was time to come back to the Virginia area. Mobley's the freshman, he's number 5 up top for VCU. That's Van, who had a nice second half against Richmond. Man-to-man defense for the Flyers. And now Van slices through the defense. Tough shot. Gets it to go.
It's a big-time play from Isaac Van. At his best, playing downhill, attacking the rim.
Here's Crutcher. Boy, the freshman has been exceptional for the Flyers. The 2 freshmen, Jordan Davis and Jalen Crutcher, have both been solid for Dayton.
Pace, tempo, pace for Dayton. Get the ball right out of the basket. Attack a defense that was still celebrating from an offensive basket.
Here's Tillman, first touch of the day, off the glass, no good. Good defense by Cunningham to redirect the shot. Now a steal by Van. Williams, Jenkins, corner Mobley for 3. Whistle blows and a pushing foul called against Cunningham. Foul trouble is going to be an issue for the Flyers. They basically play these 5 guys and mix in a couple guys off the bench. But Anthony Grant needs this team to stay out of foul trouble.
And now Richmond was able to prevail over VCU in the most narrow of margins, but Richmond had to battle, challenged by that depth of VCU. Dayton will see the same this evening.
Williams off the high screen. Surprises Van with that pass.
Cunningham doing a good job defensively, playing before the catch. Tillman pushed on.
Yeah, he forced his way down. That may have been a foul on Tillman that he got away with.
But this is the evolution of VCU coming off the last game we saw versus Richmond. There are times Tillman had great success, but they get away from him in paramount moments. Here, trying to establish him early and often.
2-point lead for the Rams. Crutcher to Cunningham. Here's Darrell Davis, step back 3. That's a beautiful move. He just couldn't get it to go down. And now Williams hovering up the floor. Tillman takes more 3s this year than any other season. He only had 3 attempts coming into this year. And another turnover by the Flyers. 3rd turnover for Dayton.
Well, VCU doing a good job of really attacking the basketball, being offensive with their defense.
Van, Mobley's open. Mobley, left hand, just not strong enough. Good offensive board off the glass.
Interesting on the score. VCU elects to get back and guard in the half court, understanding they can still apply that pressure past half court.
That'll be a foul on Mobley going to the hoop.
Mobley at 6'8", incredibly dynamic, but here it is defensively. The dribble drive, there was some contact there from Mobley, being challenged to keep Landers in front. And that's one of the threats of this Dayton team offensively. They have 4 guards out there, and even their big man Cunningham is undersized, so a lot of, at times, tough matchups for defense.
Landers cans the first 3. 3 changes for VCU. Jenkins will check out. Williams checks out. Mobley checks out. Profield is in. Lane is in. And Sims is in.
This is where they get you. Fresh bodies out there right before the media timeout to really attack. A fresh second unit going against Dayton's first unit. And this is where they can hurt you.
Swoboda checks in for Josh Cunningham. Anthony Grant told us today, even though he does use his bench in limited spurts, he's going to have to use them more today just to compensate what you talked about, Jordan.
That means guys like Zarius Williams are going to have to step up and be the guy at so many times last year that he was.
3-second violation against Tillman. Second turnover for VCU.
A little sloppy out of the gate, some nerves, some excitement in the building, some buzz. Guys trying to play a little too fast, doing things that they're not accustomed to doing.
Well, 2 teams that are used to being at the top of the Atlantic 10, right now in the middle of the pack. Crutcher way downtown. 3 is good. They left him open. He was 4 steps beyond the arc on that one.
Capable, deep range Memphis kid. Really like his game. Can shoot the gaps defensively. Really pushes pace. When he steps out, knocks down that shot. Watch out.
Tillman with a right-handed jam along the baseline. That's what happens when you get free, right?
I'm telling you, he posts so hard. When he commands and demands that basketball.
That foul is called on Landers as Van takes the contact. We have reached our first media timeout. 15:48 to play. It's a 1-point lead for VCU. Well, Crutcher decides to take that 3 wide open. I don't know what's more electric, the deep 3 or the one-handed jam. Early lead for VCU, 8-7. We mentioned that these 2 coaches have ties that date back to their younger years. For more on that, here's Evan Washburn.
Yeah, 10-plus years, Tom. And when they first met, it's a priceless story. So Anthony Grant had just gotten the job here at VCU while Mike Rhodes was up the road as the head man at Randolph-Macon. And Rhodes thought to himself, I've got to introduce myself to this guy. I got to get him my resume to get that D1 opportunity. So he came down here late, about 10 p.m. The doors were closed, but he thought, I can get my way in here. The light was on in the coach's office, and he made his way to Grant's office. The 2 spoke for over 15 minutes. He gave him his resume. While he didn't obviously get a job on that staff, they remained close. He would come to practices, Rhodes would, and the bond was strong. And it's a message he gives to his players about chasing down an opportunity.
Yeah, 197 wins at Randolph-Macon before he eventually became the assistant under Shaka Smart at VCU. Jenkins has that shot blocked by Davis. And here comes Crutcher up the floor. Landers kept his pivot foot. Davis slices through the defense. Up over Tillman. Great body control.
Not used to seeing that from a guard finishing amongst height like Tillman and length, but at 6'5", it allows a guy like Davis Jr. to finish.
Well, that's a pretty athletic move. That's 10 points in the paint for VCU. They've kind of picked up from where they left off against Richmond on Wednesday nights.
Yeah, there's no body for the Dayton Flyers that can defend Tillman. At 6'8", with that length, he can finish above the defense.
Crutcher for 3, second 3 attempt of the night. And to your point, it's even tougher when Cunningham's on the bench to defend Tillman.
Without question.
A 3 from Jenkins rims out. There's Crutcher. Certainly is not playing like a freshman. Darrell Davis high off the glass. I think that's one of the points of his game that has improved so much. I mean, obviously his scoring is up, but the explosion off the ball like that.
Yeah, I mean, he literally froze Sims. An explosive first step. Allows for the blow-by because they got to respect the three-point shot.
There is Sims on the offensive end. His shot is partially blocked and a foul called late on Jordan Davis.
Davis right here talking about respecting the three-point shot. They got to get up in him. Sims stood up. The blow-by, the layup, and when you finish like that, you got to let the bench know about it. Said, I'm out here.
Do you have to let the bench know about it?
No, you really don't. But that's 2018. That's what guys do nowadays.
You didn't do that at Notre Dame, did you?
I didn't score baskets.
Sims to the line, misses the first.
I was a guy getting talked to. There's the guy who makes the layup goes by.
Jenkins is out. Van is in for VCU. Second free throw, no good. That was an issue against Richmond. They didn't hit their free throws late. Another reason why they missed Jonathan Williams.
Inability to close the game.
Swoboda sets the screen.
See here VCU trying to run Dayton off that three-point line, make them drivers that pursue two-point shots. They got hurt by the long ball last match.
Swoboda's three is no good. Lane with the rebound. That was actually a point that both coaches talked about. Anthony Grant expected better defense on the three, and Mike Rhodes said we need better defense against the three. And there's a couple of offensive boards for Tillman that leads to one bucket.
Cunningham can't get back into this game soon enough.
There's Crutcher, length of the floor, lays it in. Well, we may not reach 106 points like the last game, but we might be close.
Yeah, VCU needs a sense of urgency, get back, transition defense lacking.
Profield up top to Van. Here's Lane, the wide body, sweeps in. Who needs the backboard? Landers goes right to the rim. This is what Richmond, this is what Richmond did the other night. And honestly, they're not a great half-court defensive team, but you got to slow them down at some points.
Yeah, and you got to communicate your man. At the very least, elementary, you got to stop the basketball when it crosses the timeline.
Van peeks in, Profield. Tillman trying to get position on Swoboda. 16-footer, no good. And Crutcher with the board.
Nobody getting back, nobody picking up the basketball. That's a dribble drive that allows for a wide open three. Davis can't convert, but that is unacceptable. Nobody's picking up the basketball, and Dayton's taking it right into the teeth of the defense because there is no defense.
Well, Jonathan Williams is going to check back in. He's been off the floor for about 4 minutes. Lane's open for three. High arcing shot, and it stays and goes down. Chris Lane, the transfer. VCU up by 2.
Again, you see an extended defense from VCU. First three-point shot left open.
And Swoboda missed his first one, but makes the second one. And it's back to a 1-point lead for Dayton.
Swoboda more incapable. His percentages haven't shown it.
Tillman tries to force the action. Darrell Davis is called for the foul. Swoboda picks up the foul, not Davis, but Swoboda just canned a three.
Yeah, Swoboda again. Guards playing downhill. Great kick from Crutcher. Swoboda, the triple.
Well, both VCU and Dayton faced off in the 2015 A-10 championship. It was a game that was won by VCU. Travion Graham had a game-high 20 points. There were 3 other VCU players in double digits. It was a 71-65 victory. VCU has gone to the NCAA tournament 7 consecutive years. They're one of only a handful of programs to do so. Mike Rhodes said, listen, we're realistic. We understand that we have to win the postseason championship, the tournament championship, if we want a chance to get to the NCAA tournament and maybe realize the dream of everybody, including the Rams, when they went to the Final Four in Houston.
So far, Tom, this game has been Justin Tillman, Jalen Crutcher, and pace. A relentless and blistering one from Dayton. Taking it off misses, taking it off makes, and just heading straight to that rim. VCU must do a better job getting back and protecting their goal.
Tillman taking a page out of the no-thinking book with his free throws. Get it and check it. As Santos Silva will check in, Tillman will check out. VCU is 0 for 4 from the free throw line so far in this first half. Yeah, they trail it by 1. Crosby in the game for Dayton. I want to talk about an excellent veteran off the bench. Cunningham is back in as well.
Dayton 4 early turnovers in the first segment has settled in.
Jordan Davis, boy, that is a tough shot. That's just not a difficult shot. That is as tough a finish as you're going to find falling to the ground. 3-point lead for the Flyers. Van swings it to the corner for Williams. And a foul, traveling violation called on Jenkins. But maybe that but a foul on Swoboda.
Check out just elite spacing right here. The dribble drive, finishing with the offhand like all great finishers, keeps his eye on the goal despite the traffic. They had a little bit of contact.
Yeah, Jordan Davis, 21 points the last time Dayton faced VCU. Everybody was scoring for the Flyers. Here's Jordan Davis again. This three is no good. Santos Silva with the rebound. Here comes Van. Van going right to the basket and is able to pinball the basketball around. Van with 4. Crosby, nice maneuver, and a traveling violation called on him. I think he thought he was floating in the air.
Trying to push the pace, push the tempo. I'm okay with that. In attack mode, you just got to execute, take care of it. That's a tough one.
That is a tough one. It didn't look like he did take that second step, or beyond that second step.
It just looks awkward.
Well, it was a long step.
Yeah.
VCU is dominating the paint right now. The Rams with just 1-3. Jenkins trying to take the 5th three, and that one is good. 2-point lead.
Their best three-point shooter, when he gets his feet planted and their shoulders square, you can count it. The first of the month.
Crosby and Kutcher. Kutcher playing catch in the backcourt. And now they slow it up. Cunningham thought about that three. Shot clock is at 8. Drives right to the basket. We've done the last 2 VCU games, and that's happened more than I think any of the games we've done before in college basketball.
Yeah, that's what Coach Rose is challenging his guys to do, is keep bodies in front, contain the dribble drive. It has not happened.
Williams gets caught in a double team. All right, now Williams is going to slow everything up. Looks for Santos Silva for the high screen.
Santos Silva isn't Tillman, but you still got to look to play through your big man.
Williams, shot is no good. He just got caught. Bad angle. Here comes Crutcher up the floor. Leaves it for the corner for Jordan Davis. Leaving it for Landers and gets the roll off the back of the iron.
Crutcher will not get an assist for that. He will not get the points, but he made the play happen by pushing the pace, getting into the teeth of the defense yet again. Swinging it out. That defense is shifty. Allows for a pristine scoring opportunity for Landers.
And Van can't convert on the opposite end. Here come the Flyers again. Yeah.
Relentless.
Landers for 3. Good.
It's all Crutcher. All Crutcher once again. Challenging that defense to get back conditioning drills, and they are lagging behind. It's a 7-0 run, and it's all because of Jalen Crutcher. Well,
it's a 5-point lead, the largest of the day for the Flyers. Here's Williams hovering. Mobley. That's going to be an offensive foul called on Mobley. I think he's just trying to, and he's not alone, he's just trying to make something happen. Start your morning right with a healthy serving of sports. From recapping last night's action to breaking down the top stories of the day, the boys have you covered. Catch Boomer and Gio weekday mornings starting at 6 Eastern, right here on CBS Sports Network. Mobley, by the way, picks up his second foul, so he heads to the bench for VCU. Darrell Davis off the screen by Landers. Don't forget, Dayton's doing all this really without Cunningham doing much. He nearly turned it over, got it back. Three-pointer from the left sideline, no good. Profield up the floor for VCU. And now Van tried to get control and lost control going up. Here's Cunningham, cherry pick it, bam! And a timeout called by Mike Rhodes. It's a 7-point lead. It's a 9-0 run.
Might be out of season, but Cunningham out there picking for cherries. The dunk finish with the offhand.
Here at tonight's Golden Corral, teams that are hungry for a bid. Rhode Island's running away with the conference. They are a short-fired NCAA team. It may be just a one-bid league right now, Jordan, although St. Bonaventure continues to make some headway.
Yeah, St. Bonaventure has the committee's attention, I'm sure, with a decent-looking RPI, strength of schedule, which is so-so. But if Dayton does this offensively come early March in the tournament, they're dangerous just because it's a brand name in this conference, and there's somebody to always be on red alert for. But it's playing downhill. These guards are four-prong attack. Crutcher's done a fantastic job of dictating tempo and pace. Even Cunningham. Look, it's a porous defense. If you're scouting VCU right now, it ain't your granddaddy's VCU. This is a defense where the offense can catch, face, and blow by them and attack the rim. There's no true rim protector. Tillman at times does it, but it's not an omnipresent rim protector. There's no bully down low, and these guards are giving up a lot of drives.
Still basking in the glory of Delaware lacrosse has come from behind victory today. Here's Evan Washburn.
Thanks, Tom. Big day for a hen here. But Mike Rhodes, you might expect to be yelling and screaming with what his team has done defensively to start this game. But he asked everybody to take a deep breath, saying, guys, we just have to get back on defense. That's a priority. Likes the looks they're getting offensively. Wants them to try and get some head fakes, finish through contact to get to the line some more.
That's something he has talked about all year long, the head fake, just trying to get some contact but also finishing.
Yeah, absolutely. And also to Evan's point, getting back defensively. You got to do that. You probably have the lead.
Shot clock is down to 5. They go to Tillman, turnaround jumper, and gets the roll. He is a pretty special player.
Tillman has just been a Dayton killer. Dating back to last matchup, it was in a lopsided losing effort. But today, picking up where he left off in that losing effort from earlier.
Dayton with a 5-point lead. You see what Tillman's done already. Jordan Davis nearly has it stolen. Cunningham to the corner. Davis, extra pass to Crosby. Crosby tries to sneak it in, and it's cut off by Tillman. Jenkins, Tillman running the floor. Jenkins finishes.
Crosby tried to thread the needle. Should have made the easy pass to swing the ball around for what would have been a wide-open three-point look.
Here's Crosby again, and he turns it over again. Well, let's see if VCU could add to the total of 11 points off turnovers so far in this first half. Crosby will check out. Anthony Grant, who left VCU, went to Alabama, was at Alabama longer than he was here in Richmond. Said it was nice to come back, see some familiar faces. But he was more focused on getting his team ready for this game against the Rams. Sims gets it to the freshman May.
Play some high-low basketball. You got two bookend bigs. How about Silva Santos at the top of the key, dumping it down to Tillman.
Brofield, step back three, it's good. It's a 7-0 run, and we're tied at 29. Under 6 to play in the first half. Davis trying to get some space.
Good defense.
On the ball defense. That was one of the keys. Net pressure right to the basket. Santos Silva swatted it, but Landers cleans it up.
Stick it with the play. Landers a do-it-all guy for this team. Tough blue-collar one. Gets the putback finish.
A couple of guys have really evolved for Dayton. Darrell Davis obviously has evolved offensively. Landers has evolved into a vocal leader from his freshman year to his sophomore year as the illegal screen is called against Mike Rhodes' team.
Santos Silva called for that one. He's going to be sent to the bench. But you like his effort. Got the shot block there, something that hasn't been seen after Crowfield gets blown by. Putback happens, but that's kind of effort you want to see from one of your guys coming off this very deep VCU bench.
Crutcher covered out front by May, freshman on freshman. Now to Cunningham. Cunningham open for three, and it's good. Over the top of Tillman. Tillman just couldn't get back after being locked into that help defense.
Well, you got the VCU defense looking at Coach Rhodes like, Josh Cunningham's only hit 7 threes on the season on 27 attempts. We didn't know he had that to his game.
May trips. Tillman wants it. Tough catch in the corner. Plenty of time in the shot clock. He lost the basketball out of bounds.
Now Tillman's been hot. But when you catch with your back to the basket at the three-point line, you got to give it to somebody else. Go back and repost because you're not in good position right there. Look, back to the basket. you're working too hard for it. Just get it back to your perimeter guys, duck back down. Nobody can check you on that low block, and just play what you've been playing like for this first 15 minutes of the contest.
Here's Williams coming back in. They're kind of managing Williams' minutes, aren't they?
Yeah, you can tell they're a little bit tentative.
Missed the last game with a sprained left ankle. He sustained that against Rhode Island. Shot clock is under 10 off the inbounds. Tillman wants it, gets it. Leaner is no good. And the rebound by Crutcher. Sims falls to the floor, so it's 5-on-4. Jordan Davis for three, no good, too strong. And now Van.
Carried it.
Just leapt in the air a little bit and took it with him on a curl. That's 6 turnovers for VCU.
And in transition, the best way and the quickest way to advance the basketball is through the air. Make a pass to advance it. You don't have to dribble. You had two guys on your left and on your right filling lanes. That's how you beat it on a 3-on-1. That's a costly turnover because that should have been 2 points.
Darrell Davis, corner three, too strong. Landers. Landers with the rebound and misses the putback. And Lane is able to corral it finally. Five-point lead for Dayton. Tillman for three. Crutcher turns around, lets it fly to Landers. How did he even know he was there? Tillman with the swat. Cunningham loops it. That's a tough save. Justin Tillman has been flying every which way. He's trying to keep VCU within reach here, down by 5 with 3:36 to play here in the first half. Coming up on AT&T at the half, Brent Stover, Wally Zerbiak, Swin Cash, and John Rothstein will be in the studios. They'll have scores and highlights from around the country. 4 ranked teams have lost to 4 unranked teams already today, and they'll also have analysis from our first half and our earlier game, which featured Georgetown hanging on and beating Seton Hall. All right, so how about Dante DiVincenzo? He went off for 30 points today as Villanova defeated Butler. That was avenging a loss from earlier this year. Michigan State defeated Purdue. That was a fantastic ball game. Baylor upended number 10 Kansas, and Xavier survived. It was only a 1-point victory at Creighton. Sold out in Omaha. I mean, it was an energetic crowd.
Yeah, and this is a little bit misleading, these unranked teams here, because these unranked teams are tournament teams. So that's a big win for Xavier to go into Creighton in that environment and win that game. As for Villanova, DiVincenzo being the star, that's what makes Villanova so tough, is anybody on any given night for that team can blow up for 30.
Jonathan Williams back in the ball game running the point. Mike Rhodes had a little talking to with Jonathan Williams.
Got to get back on defense.
Yep.
Somebody's got to be back. I mean, that's another just cherry-picking near basket for Dayton.
More on Jonathan Williams. Here's Evan Washburn, Ed.
Well, guys, it's less about managing his minutes. It's more about the pace of this game thus far, and Williams catching his wind and being more engaged. Second layer of tape on that left ankle. That's the sprain that came last Friday against Rhode Island. It's going to be a grind for him all evening.
Talking to him before the ball game, I said, boy, they could have used you against Richmond. He goes, I know. That was a tough loss. They had an 11-point lead against Richmond on Wednesday with 6 minutes to play. Here it's a 3-point lead for Dayton. Darrell Davis, shoes are untied. Gets it to Jordan Davis for 3 over the top of Jenkins.
It's a big-time 3. That's over 6'5", extended arm from the defense of Jenkins. That's a big-time shot. Tillman with a clap back of his own from the free throw line. And this time they do the job of getting back defensively for the first time, I think, all evening.
And cutting off the basketball, even though Tillman is not supposed to be covering Darrell Davis. Here's Landers, shot blocked by Tillman. Landers gets it back, can't control it, and it's tipped out by Tillman.
A lot of contact there.
Tillman has 14 points. He's doing a whole lot more. Jenkins for 3, no good. And Lane with the rebound and the putback. He had a little size on Darrell Davis.
That's a weight room rebound right there, and the crowd loves it.
Jordan Davis again. VCU can tie it with under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Jonathan Williams thought he had Van, but Jordan Davis was there to cut it off. Jordan Davis right to the basket. Misdirected by Tillman. Here comes Jenkins. Jenkins out of control. That's an offensive foul. Jonathan Williams was calling for that basketball the whole time, but Jenkins just kept on going.
Yeah, the pace is really going right now, and Jenkins didn't have a path right there. You do need to give it up, reset, run offense, and his senior and Jonathan Williams must demand the basketball, although the entire sequence started with him turning the ball over, trying to thread the needle. So both teams sloppy, not valuing the round ball currently.
Sims is in. Tillman is out with 14. And now a timeout called by Dayton. 37-35. Flyers with the ball when we come back. This weekend, college basketball is teaming up with Autism Speaks to raise awareness for autism, which affects 1 in 68 children in the U.S. In honor of this great initiative, coaches and officials are wearing blue Autism Speaks puzzle piece pins. To learn more, please visit autismspeaks.org/coaches. Anthony Grant wearing the pin. He's got the light blue tie. I've got my light blue tie on as well. See Jimmy Martelli in the red tie there. He's got the Autism Speaks pin. Here it's a 2-point lead for Dayton, 1.5 to play. It's been a very entertaining first half. Obviously, it's not the 61 points that Dayton scored in the first half of the last meeting.
Entirely different environment here for the Flyers as well.
Shot clock under 10. Cunningham against Sims. Into the paint. Out of bounds. It'll be VCU basketball.
Poor decision from Cunningham. Once you get the double team, you got to make a decision. Somebody on the floor obviously is open. Kick out, swing the ball, ends up being a clean look. Trying to force the issue there is Cunningham.
Anthony Grant didn't seem too happy. Thought maybe there was contact there. Under a minute to play. Crowfield, tough pass to Santos Silva. Man, if that had got in, he gets his own rebound. His putback is good. And Lane, they say, hit the net.
Basket interference.
So it'll be basket interference. It's a shame because it didn't affect anything.
Let's get a look. I thought a Dayton player got his hand on that, but let's take a look. Was it Lane?
Yep.
Yeah, it absolutely was Lane. And I don't even know if he got the basketball.
Nah, he just got the net. You can't touch the net or the rim.
No, it's the right call.
But it really didn't affect anything. First time tonight, I think that Dayton's really slowed it down, right?
Yeah, this is a huge half-court possession here. Might as well give Crutcher a ball screen and let him play downhill again. As much success, and you got the bigger Lane on him. Lane cannot keep Crutcher in front. This is advantage Crutcher.
There's Crutcher sweeping in, leaves it for Cunningham, over the top. It's not a jam, it didn't go in. Loose ball, picked up by Van, 12 seconds to play. Shot clock is off, Van. Long range three, good! Three-quarter court shot is good, count it! How about Crutcher just let it fly? Oh man, and Dayton takes a 2-point lead into the half. The officials will take a look at it. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Go to your home, Crutcher says. Don't you want to go home?
Look at where he is. They practice these kind of shots just for laughs at the end of practices. Well, let's go to Evan Washburn with Anthony Grant.
Anthony, a wild finish to that first half. You obviously saw something, the ability to attack in transition. What do you like most about what your offense did?
Again?
What did you like most about what your offense did in that first half?
Well, we're just trying to attack, take what they give us. We had a few opportunities there late. I thought, we left some stuff on the table, but that's fine. Our guys are aggressive. We're playing in attack mode.
You knew it was going to be a challenge with Justin Tillman. What's the best version of a defense against him?
Well, we just got to make him earn what he gets. Our guys they're really battling, and he's a low down there, and obviously you're not going to shut him out. You just got to make him continue to work for what he gets.
Coach, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Tom McCarthy along with Jordan Cornette. We'll hear from Evan Washburn in just a little bit. Hey, we mentioned how good the A-10 has been in past years. This is an A-10 quality game right now between these two teams.
Yeah, these are two teams playing really good basketball. Could do a better job taking care of it. Could do a better job defensively. But a lot of points and some execution offensively there.
Execution, too, for Dayton from beyond the arc. Their three-point shooting isn't as good as it was the first time they faced VCU, but it's pretty darn good today.
Yeah, Jalen Crutcher, have yourself a day. He's been doing it all. But the dribble drives, blow-bys that VCU defense, kick out for threes. And then Dayton, you heard Coach talk about it going to half with them, and they've been in attack mode in transition, and the punctuation right there with the half-court shot. From who? Jalen Crutcher.
Crutcher's got 10 points, but he also has 4 assists. Landers is the other guy that's scoring for Dayton. He has 9 points. Meanwhile, for VCU, Tillman has 14. Let's check in with Evan Washburn. Evan?
Well, I spoke with Mike Rhodes, and when it comes to defending that attack mode, he feels like it's off missed shots where they were most vulnerable. Have to get back and have better court balance. But he brought up an interesting point. He said the way that first half was played, you feel like it's going to have a cumulative effect in this game. 3 starters for Dayton played 19 minutes. Similar to Wednesday, where he feels like it's going to wear and tear on them, and they'll be able to take advantage. He feels like that's how they got back in the first half, and he thinks it's going to be a factor here in the second.
Well, we shall see. We're underway with the Flyers getting the basketball. Dayton is 11-12, 5-6 in the A-10. VCU 14-10, 6-5. Three-pointer from the right sideline from Crutcher is good.
Crutcher near triple-double territory and continuing to pour into points. Really like this young man's game. He's got a very bright future in Flyers uniform.
13 points. Mobley got away with the travel for VCU. Mobley looking in for Tillman. Now to Williams. Williams for 3. It's good. He doesn't take many. That's his first bucket of the day. And Dayton's lead is at 2. Jonathan Williams is not a scorer. He'll score, but he's not a prolific scorer, as Jenkins touched that ball last out of bounds.
No, you're absolutely right, but he provides stability. A guy who's logged a lot of college basketball minutes. So he's just a calming presence to have out there. Anytime you can have that kind of leadership, it allows the guys to lean on him and take cues from him, and it helps that he's a guy that dominates the basketball being a point guard.
He played 11 minutes in the first half. They could have used him on Wednesday, even from the free throw line. Three-pointer no good. Mobley runs down the rebound. Dayton leads it by 2. Tillman wants it inside. Fouled by Landers. That'll be the first team foul this half. Second foul on Landers. Williams will inbound the basketball. Mobley open. Just a little too strong. He probably could have caught it, set himself a little bit more, and had control off the backboard. Nottingham can't corral that pass from Crutcher. That's the 9th turnover of the day for Dayton. It's one of only a few mistakes that Crutcher's made.
Yeah, and it was a good idea. Probably should have left it either with a bounce pass or just tighten it up, because you had a wide open Cunningham who was licking his chops for a layup or dunk finish.
Jenkins thought about the 3, and then the pass awkwardly to Tillman. So each team now with 9 turnovers.
I'll see your turnover.
Yeah.
And I'll do you one better right here. Jenkins sinking shot, as was Tillman getting in offensive rebounding position. And by the time he turned, that thing was over.
Hey, you know how it is. You go into halftime break. There's a lot of adrenaline. You cool down. You come back out. You're just not the same.
Yeah, right. Settling in here for a second half, which I'm telling you has all the feels of coming down to the wire, doesn't it?
Yeah, I thought what Mike Rhodes told Evan was interesting just about the depth. And a traveling violation. That's 10 turnovers against Dayton. Anthony Grant says, come on.
Yeah, I mean, you're as much a basketball guy, you're also a baseball guy. It's like throwing the K's up on the wall for turnovers here as we're starting to tally them in the second half.
But the K's are good. Turnovers not good.
Turnovers bad.
Jenkins leans in, awkward off the glass, a little low. Crutcher leaves it for Darrell Davis for 3. It's good.
It's not a layup, but again, it's a mental lapse defensively, allowing early transition offense, failure to communicate, identify guys. Davis, a scorer, left wide open from beyond the arc.
That's 8 3-pointers now for Dayton. And now a steal. Here comes Jordan Davis. Gets control, can't finish. Jenkins kind of slipped that one up a little bit.
It's almost like he's bracing himself for impact from Jenkins.
So the lead is 5. Williams sweeps it to Jenkins, who Mobley had a shot. Instead, he goes to Van for 3. It's good. I guess that's good and better.
Good shot, extra pass, great shot. Selflessness, the weapon of choice there for VCU.
VCU with 6 threes. Here comes Landers off the glass, a bump and a foul. Count the bucket.
He came down pretty hard there. Looks like he's favoring his left arm. What a finish from Trey Landers. I mean, this is the threat that this Dayton offense poses. I mean, it's a 4-pronged guard attack. All guys in attack mode. You heard Coach Grant talking to Evan going into half. I like what my guys are doing. We're in attack mode. That seems to be the theme for Dayton when they're at their best. They've been doing it all evening long.
Landers, I think, may have cut himself. So the athletic training staff will take a peek at it for Dayton. Take a look at another piece of the injury here.
Yeah, it's just a tough one. You know, this guy has been...
I think it was just a scrape going down?
Yeah, I think he'll be all right. It might have just been a funny bone there, but Landers, 12 points in the last outing. 2 games before that, 22 in that double overtime loss to UMass. So he's kind of feeling himself a little bit offensively right now. But again, in attack mode. The 3-point shot is always a piece of the puzzle for Dayton, but these guys tonight against this VCU on-ball defense need to be attacking the rim.
Where is the Jordan Cornette face in the background there? I don't see it.
Man,
Landers makes the free throw.
You don't want this thing any bigger. It's already sizable.
49-44. Landers and Crutcher, they have 27 points combined. The rest of the team 22. Crowfield's 3, no good. Davis with the rebound.
VCU getting away from going to Tillman. Tillman was non-stop, couldn't be stopped in the first half. 1 bucket here in the second half. Got to continue to explore it.
Davis slips. Shot clock under 10. Jordan Davis to Crutcher. Crutcher lets it fly. It's short off the top of the backboard. And out of bounds.
It's a defensive win for VCU in the half court, forcing a Hail Mary shot. With the percentage opportunity was very low. VCU needs to look to build on stops. And again, on offense in the half court, you got to establish Tillman. There's no answer for it.
3-pointer from Sims. Tillman with the rebound, and the putback is good. He's got 16. That's his first bucket of the second half. I think it was Chris Mooney from Richmond who told us the other day. He said that's what makes Tillman so difficult. He can get the ball many different ways, including on offensive rebounds. The answer, though, by Cunningham.
Tillman, he's a scorer, so he probably won't be, but big guys can get disinterested when they're doing all this work and they're not getting the ball and have to go earn it through offensive rebounds. There you go. Got to feed him down low. Let him do his thing.
And he draws the contact and goes to the free throw line. That's athleticism really right there.
Look, I'm not a basketball Buddha. It's obvious. Justin Tillman is the answer. They have nothing for him defensively for Dayton. Isolation, the double comes too late by that time. It's good. Justin Tillman, unstoppable.
Who would be the top 16 teams of the Madness started today? CBS reveals an early look into the tournament seeds, the top 4 teams in each region, and who's on the bubble. It's the NCAA March Madness bracket preview tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern on CBS. Let's take a look at Jordan's top 16 seeds.
So there's my overall 1 seed right there. This Virginia team, they do it with defense. They're winners of 15 straight, really like them. Coach of the year right now, Chris Holtman, has an unsuspecting but absolutely deserving 3 seed there in Ohio State. You look at Michigan State and Purdue. I give the nod to Michigan State there because Michigan State beat Purdue, so they're in as my 1 seed. Another team that you look at in there and you say, okay, I put Tennessee in there. I really like Tennessee.
That's a lot of circles.
I like West Virginia.
That's a lot of circles.
I like these guys. I like these guys. I like these guys. It's going to be a lot of fun, all right?
I like the fact that you have Rhode Island in there at the number 4 in the South region.
That's the other team that was a surprise. Rhode Island really like what they're doing in this A-10, the gold standard. The team embodies what their coach on the sidelines is about, and Danny Hurley. Tough guys. A lot of passion.
Again, it's coming up tomorrow, 12:30 Eastern Time on CBS.
Should I keep circling?
Keep circling.
Am I done?
By the way, right up the road, UVA is losing to Virginia Tech.
I got to get back with my committee then. We'll get back to you before the game's over.
You've already adjusted it once today.
Let me get back to you. We'll see you at the 4-minute mark in the second half.
51-49. Darrell Davis slips it to Swoboda for jumper no good. Rebound run down by Landers. And a fresh 30. Swoboda to Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis. Traveling violation called on Darrell Davis. That's 11 turnovers for Anthony Grant's team. Anthony Grant was the VCU coach 2006, 2007, 8 and 9, 76 wins for the Rams. 3 straight CAA titles, 2 NCAA appearances, and another 3-second violation. Okay, we have now seen more 3-second violations in this game than I think we've seen the last 2 weeks.
Now we're getting creative in ways to turn the basketball over.
I say that jokingly, but it's 2. We haven't seen a 3-second violation in weeks.
Double dribble.
Now a double dribble.
We are literally checking all the boxes. The officials getting a workout, having to go back and forth, turnover, back the other way. I'm getting dizzy.
And still a 2-point game. May, the freshman, in for the Rams.
Tillman's got a freshman on him. You got to make it pay.
Tillman baseline. He got the shot, but there was a little traffic, and now Dayton loses it out of bounds. 12 turnovers for the Flyers. 5 turnovers in this second half. And if you're VCU, you've got to capitalize.
Yeah, right here, the double. Look, he elevates it, he gets a clean look. I'm okay with that one, but that you're not okay with. That's an unforced error. Crutcher is just expected Davis Jr. to take that thing and go, fully capable of pushing it. Miscommunication. Can VCU take advantage here out of bounds under?
They like to go to Tillman on this, and he does. And now Tillman will repost. Has it inside, leans, and gets the roll. 21 for Justin Tillman. Tied up at 51. Jordan Davis comes sweeping in. Rebound by Tillman. That's number 5.
Duck right back down low if you're Tillman.
Lane finds him high low. And now a turnover forced by the Rams. VCU with its first lead. It was 38-37, and Tillman has just taken over this ball game.
And Tillman's impact is having an impact on this Dayton huddle, and some frustration settling in between Trey Landers and Josh Cunningham, and some strong words just about the communication of who has Tillman. At one point, Landers is saying, I have 2 guys to worry about. Then Anthony Grant comes into the huddle and says, guys, everybody calm down. This is a 4-point game. The emotion's running high, but really, it's all what Tillman's done to this team.
I think that's what Anthony Grant brings to this program. He does bring that calming influence. He's right, though. It is only a 4-point game.
But defensively, that's frustration. When everyone in the building knows it's going to one place, and yet still you can't stop it. It's a little bit embarrassing.
I would think it's Cunningham that should be on him most of the time, right? And another turnover out of bounds. It's a 9-0 run. Tillman has scored the last 11 for VCU.
Landers calling for a deflection, felt like the ball was tipped. Regardless, Cunningham, Landers not on the same page.
Flyers average just under 14. They've got 15 tonight. And we still have 12:45 to play. Tillman curls in against Cunningham, and Cunningham gets the rebound. Here comes Crutcher to the corner for Jordan Davis for three. It's good. That may calm things down a little bit.
Again, I got to sing the praises of Crutcher, pushing it right into the teeth of that defense, kicking out to Davis for the clean three look.
And Tillman on the opposite end will go to the free throw line.
Mate Svoboda, outclassed, freshman versus senior. Senior just owning him. Doesn't matter who you throw on him. Cunningham, Svoboda. Either way, the result is the same. The yellow fro screaming to the crowd cheering because it's another basket.
And he makes another free throw. Santos Silva will check in for Tillman. Listen to the round of applause he'll get. Points. He scored the last 14 for VCU.
You're probably thinking, why are they sitting him right now? 20 seconds to the immediate timeout. He gets an extended breather right here. It may even bleed into a couple minutes through, but that's an extended break for the home stretch.
Svoboda can't get that one to go down. Crowfield's pass is tipped and deflected. Dayton forces the turnover. That's good defense, good hands.
It's an awful pass. Most important.
Yeah, you are right about that. Cunningham slips it to Crutcher off the glass over the top of Santos Silva.
So as you're watching Crutcher dominate, people might want to email, text, do whatever, tweet at Coach McCall at UMass, because if he doesn't leave Chattanooga, that young man is playing in Chattanooga with Coach McCall, Matt McCall, who's now at UMass. He goes to UMass. This guy rethinks it all. Crutcher ends up at Dayton. Yeah, Dayton wins an hour.
Excellent get by Anthony Grant's crew. Crowfield pull-up jumper from 17. Davis has got numbers. Landers down to Cunningham. Reverse layup is no good. It became a real tough shot. Landers picks up the loose ball. Still has it. Off the side of the rim, no good. Loose ball again. And Cunningham comes down with it. Oh, man, is there contact there. They'll get everybody up off the floor. Calm themselves down a little bit. 11:09 to play in the second half. This is an important A-10 matchup. Time to take a look at the AP poll powered by Ram Trucks. It may change depending on what happens with Virginia and Virginia Tech. They may climb over Villanova when the new poll comes out. But that's a tremendous top five. There have been some losses for the top five. And how about the next five? Cincinnati's rising.
Cincinnati defensively, when you talk about Virginia in the same breath, you should mention the Bearcats defense. They turned the water off on their opponent.
All right, Anthony Grant was pretty livid going into that last timeout. What did you hear, Evan Washburn?
Sure, tell the story, obviously, and we've talked about how poised he was. Well, he lost it in that huddle, and the main message to his guys was, you're not going to get any calls, so don't expect them. Play through the contact, and again, you're not going to get any help today, so understand that right now.
He was pacing up and down the sidelines before he even went into the huddle.
Well, I'll tell you, the reason why is you've made fun of me for all those circles I had.
There was a lot of circles.
I could have a lot of circles on different fouls on that sequence.
You're right about that.
There's a lot of no calls right there. Anthony Grant had every reason to be hot.
Cunningham to the free throw line.
I'll circle if I want to, Tom.
I like the circles. Anthony Solomon is assistant coach, longtime assistant, former head coach at St. Bonaventure.
It's my committee. All right, I'll let it go.
The second free throw from Cunningham. I was just about to talk about Anthony Solomon, how he recruited you to Notre Dame.
That's my guy, Coach Sloan.
Who was reluctant to give you his cell phone number today. I don't know if anybody else noticed that on the sidelines.
It was awkward.
Here comes Jenkins. Just kidding, folks.
He's not, though.
Under 11 minutes to play in the second half. VCU with a 3-point lead in the basketball. Tillman still on the bench. Mobley, boy, he was feeling it. VCU is 7 of 8 since starting the second half, 4 of 9. And a turnover. Here comes Jenkins. Jenkins gets control. Will pull it back out for the moment. The lead is 6.
So Senior Williams making a play. Getting his hand in there, stripping Davis. Looking to build on this lead on their home floor.
Largest lead of the day for VCU. And Williams bumped to the floor by Swoboda. The toughest sport on dirt takes the stage tonight at 10 Eastern for the Caterpillar Classic. The 25th PBR Unleash the Beast series continues right here on CBS Sports Network.
Such a huge stretch right now for VCU because you've got Justin Tillman, who's been dominant this game, getting a breather, catching his breath for the home stretch. So however long you can hold on to a lead, heck, build a lead, that's an added bonus, but maintain the lead most importantly so he can catch every bit of a breather as humanly possible. Now he's going to check back in.
Santos Silva off the inbounds. They let him get way too deep. Largest lead of the day, 65-57. Landers can't roll it off the rim. Santos Silva. Oh, boy, he got a nice move into the paint. A good stop and go. Since Tillman went out, VCU is outscoring Dayton 9-3. They triple-team Cunningham. You think fatigue is starting to take over for Dayton?
No question. Evan touched on a little bit of foreshadowing earlier in the broadcast. They have hit that wall.
Williams under the basket. Williams, entry pass to Mobley. Shot clock under 10. Game clock at 9 minutes. Williams, fader. Yes! He asked to get some help. The ankle looks like it's bothered him. Didn't bother him on that shot, just when he landed.
I would think get a timeout, but they're going to try and get to the media. You just hope this lead doesn't get more robust as Dayton is on the floor.
Shot clock at 7. Darrell Davis has been held in check today. Caught in a double team, just threw it up for grabs.
They're gassed. This depth, they're gassed.
And Justin Tillman's coming back in. Tillman tied his career high earlier in this game.
I mean, he has been owning the paint. He might as well forward his mail down there because he's living on that low block and feasting on that low block. Dayton has no answer for Justin Tillman. Dayton has no answer for anybody. VCU rolling.
Take a look at that guy right there, Justin Tillman. He had that last slam dunk that we saw. And he has been a huge storyline here this afternoon as VCU has built its lead to 12, 69-57.
Well, the conversion rate incredibly high for VCU right now, getting whatever they want. Yes, Justin Tillman, 28 points, that's the story. But VCU attacking the rim, and then they set that defensive pressure. Traps abound. Dayton 17 turnovers. That's it. You had 17 turnovers against any Division I opponent with this much game left, ain't gonna win the game. And so because VCU can score the ball, set that defense, also they're at full go because of that deep bench. Dayton is sputtering down the stretch. Yeah. VCU's only getting stronger.
What do you got, Evan Washburn?
We saw Jonathan Williams tweak that left ankle that he's been fighting through, missed the game on Wednesday. He's clearly in some discomfort. As you can see, he's talking with Mike Rhodes now. I heard him mouth that I'm all right, I can go, but there's a sense you could tell if they can keep him on the sideline here and protect that ankle, they will. But if necessary, he looks to be available to go back in this game.
I think the other concern, too, is you don't want it to stiffen up anymore by sitting at this point in the game.
Exactly, great point. You sit for 5 more minutes of game clock, that's a lot of time. That thing stiffens up and you're more prone to further injury. So that is something to monitor as well.
All right, so Crowfield and Jenkins will run the point. It's Jenkins up front right now, covered by Darrell Davis. Shot clock at 5. Mobley for 3. Good! It's only one miss. It's the 15-minute mark for VCU. The run is 12-zip. What a turn of events.
Man. physically imposing, high energy, relentless on the attack. The VCU of old has showed up this Saturday evening.
That's a good point. Cunningham for three. A little too strong. Mobley with the weak side rebound. And now VCU, which has made 7 consecutive field goals, will try to add to that.
Got to keep your foot on the gas.
They were embarrassed out in Dayton, 106-79, a foul on the floor. They also felt like they let Wednesday's game go, and all credit to Richmond, as Mike Rhodes said, but they felt like they let that game go. He said their goal today was to start strong, which they did to a certain extent. I mean, Dayton had control early on, but really finished strong.
Yeah, absolutely. And they weren't able to close against Richmond, but also keep in mind these numbers: 106-79. That was the score of the first matchup.
Yeah.
VCU had something to come out here to prove. A lot of game left, but they had that number in their mind. Coach Rhodes called this payback week, started with Richmond. Couldn't get it done there. Have to get it done this evening.
Well, this is the same point in the game against Richmond where VCU had an 11-point lead. So you don't want to let anything go. In fact, they had a 12-point lead with 8:30 to play. They lead here 72-57.
And Dayton's road struggles continue, and that's the product of a team that lost 4 starters from a season ago. We've got a new coach implementing his ideals. This will happen as another failed conversion from Dayton, but this team just can't figure out how to do it on the road yet, and that's what winning teams do. And this is one heck of an environment to try and get it done.
Yeah, we have 2 of the best environments going at each other here between VCU and Dayton. Tillman now has a career high 30 points to go low at 6 rebounds. And a steal by Van on a fatigue pass by Jordan Davis.
They're demoralized now. Now they're just grasping for anything. 18 turnovers. You still got Tillman in the chamber to get you another basket here. Senior versus freshman.
And Swoboda called for the foul. I believe it's Swoboda. That'll be his 3rd. Chris Lane is about to check back in. Dayton has 6 players with 10 minutes or more, but VCU deeper with 9 as Tillman catches and tosses. Misses from the free throw line. 2 of 5. Mobley checks out. They're just announcing Tillman's career high, and he's trying to add to it. See, that's how you should have shot your free throws at Notre Dame.
That's how I did shoot them. I missed them on the front end like that multiple times.
Jordan Davis's 3
Gotta have it.
ends that run. 74-60.
Game's not out of reach, Tom.
No. And we saw that on Wednesday night.
Got to start building some stops. You got to prevent the catch from Tillman.
Wednesday night it was KO for Richmond that was stopping Tillman. Lane, 3, no good. Got a rebound by Davis. Darrell Davis, quiet today. Not right now, though. And it's an 11-point game and a timeout called by Mike Rhodes. It's a 6-0 run by Dayton.
Here we go. Dayton's not going to go away. This is a proud program. Doing it with the 3-point shot and some early offense.
Go take a road.
VCU's lead is at 11, but they've had an eruption here in the second half.
Absolutely, and it's all been Tillman dominant down low. But when you see your leader getting it going like that, it builds confidence for the surrounding pieces. Mobley, who's going to be a really special one by the time he's done here at 6'8", stretching that defense. When you see your guy doing what he does, and you feel like, okay, let's follow suit. And that's what you're seeing with VCU supported cast.
All right, so Williams and Tillman are both on the bench right now. Williams looked like he tweaked that ankle, but he's going to the scorer's table. Jenkins brings it up the floor. And another miss, and the rebound by Dayton.
Got to run.
We're heading toward the 5-minute mark here in the second half. Darrell Davis cuts to the basket, blocked from the bottom of the backboard. Jenkins, length of the floor, high stepping, and a foul called. He does have that Euro step down, doesn't he? Swoboda's called for his fourth.
And here comes a drive from Davis. And it did get clipped by the big fella, Santos Silva, getting the stop and then going the other way. And Jenkins, he's not the most explosive, more deliberate with it, but the use of that Euro step to confuse the defense gets into the free throw line for 2.
Well, he gets the friendly bounce. Free throws have been an issue these last couple of games for VCU. They're 8th in the league in free throw shooting. Dayton is 6th. Jenkins makes both. Williams in. Jenkins is out.
If you're VCU, you got to keep doing what you're doing. Looking for traps, applying that pressure. Here you go. Got to stay in character. Can't get away from what got you here.
Swoboda bounce pass to Cunningham. Cunningham caught in a double team, swings it out to Davis. Crutcher. Ooh,
he got away with it.
There he did. Davis for 3, no good. Another rebound by Santos Silva. He got away with a big one, didn't he?
That was definitely a travel. No question.
Santos Silva to Van. There's Williams. Shot clock at 7. Williams hands the ball off to Crowfield with 3 on the shot clock. It's no good. All right, doors open again for the Flyers.
Got to be in attack mode. Continue to drive it at the rim. VCU struggles to keep you in front. Ball screens, attack with the dribble drive. Heck, and then kick out for 3.
Well, there's Swoboda. He's open for 3, and it's no good. You know, Crutcher's been quiet here in the second half offensively. 3:45 and counting to play here in the second half. 1 timeout left for Dayton, 2 for VCU. Williams swings it to the corner. Here's Crowfield over the top of the defense. Santos Silva. That's a tough putback. Because the backboard is an extra defender there.
Yeah, Santos Silva's a space eater. Wide body, broad shoulders. Carves out some real estate for the easy lane.
Darrell Davis has that pass tipped. Crutcher for 3. Good. Little splash down there. And he has 18 points.
It's a huge defensive possession for the Flyers. Must get a stop here. Time not their friend. Just under 3 left to play.
By the way, VCU has only been called for 2 fouls in this half as the ball goes out of bounds. 2:54 to play here in the second half. You never know. All right, so our game reset. 2:54 to play. Possession now belongs to VCU. Dayton has 1 more timeout left. That's it. They'll have the basketball off this timeout. What is Anthony Grant looking to do here?
You got to be in attack mode with the basketball offensively. Got to continue to play downhill, attack the rim. VCU does not do a good job of keeping guards in front. Okay, so if you do get by them, also VCU is poor at defending the 3-point shot. 17 threes for Dayton in the first matchup. They've got 12 threes tonight, so that is still a very omnipresent weapon for them to utilize. And then defensively, you got to play on Tillman before the catch.
Evan Washburn, what do you got, buddy?
Hey, Jordan, it's my job to listen into the huddles, okay? Because it's like you were just reading the words out of Anthony Grant's mouth. No, he does. He wants these guys to attack and try and kick out and pick up in half court after, or 3/4 court after makes. But, guys, the question is, do they have the legs to do it? 4 starters, 30-plus minutes at this point.
Yeah, he hasn't used the bench as much as I think we thought he would. This has basically been the bench that he's utilized as Van is called for the foul. But that's only the 3rd foul on VCU. It's his first personal foul.
And you mentioned only a 3rd foul. That might be a point of contention for Coach Grant, feeling like they haven't gotten the whistle nearly as much as this VCU team has. I can't say I disagree with him.
Yeah, there were a couple occasions I think we were in agreement of the contact underneath. Crutcher against Williams. Crutcher off the backboard, no good. And Mobley called for the travel. Great effort. He did bounce.
Now here's how you prevent that. Diving, you call the timeout because you have to. But it's a tough thing to do in the heat of the moment. You love the hustle from the freshman.
Here's Darrell Davis. Lost control of it. Another turnover for the Flyers.
19th on the evening. That makes it awfully hard to win when you're shooting decent percentages from the field.
78-66. Heading toward the 2-minute mark, 10 on the shot clock.
Got to go down to Tillman.
Williams steps back, now Mobley. 2 on the shot clock and a travel on Mobley.
I don't know about a travel.
We better get the traveling Wilburys queued up for the next time out. I mean, we've got one turnover after another here.
I really do love the fluidity of Mobley's game. He is a comfortable young man at 6'8" with the basketball on the perimeter. Versatile skill set.
Dayton needs a bucket. Jordan Davis with 3. It's good. They needed that. Now it's a single-digit game, 3-possession ball game. But time is winding down.
Ooh.
Out of bounds. Deflected by Jordan Davis. Now we're under 2 minutes. They could look at it, but I think they know.
It's almost a backcourt. I mean, the kickback to Mobley was half a step from being a backcourt violation. They do have the chance to look at this under 2 minutes to check possession, which they will do. I don't know. I think this could be a Dayton basketball. Luxury of a replay right here. We'll get a look. So there's your near backcourt.
Ooh. I think you're right. I think that's going to be Dayton basketball.
That's going to Dayton. I didn't see any defensive hand on that trying to shoot the gap. Yeah,
that'll be Dayton basketball. So Tony Henderson is the one who called it. Dwayne Gladden, the referee. Oh, yeah, that'll be Dayton basketball.
And there is plenty of evidence to overturn it.
Dwayne Gladden's the referee. Give him credit because he's the one that made the eye contact with Tony Henderson and then said, you want to look at it?
Yeah, you and the rest of the world were trying to just give VCU that basketball. Said, hold the phone, Tom McCarthy.
Well, this is what the officials can review within 2 minutes. Free throws, who was fouled, who committed the foul. Scoring, timing, and possession. This is technically the possession part of it. It's pretty clear. Van touches it, and then nobody else. Except for the gentleman in the front row.
Oh! Hope he didn't have a brewski or some popcorn right there. He's wearing it.
Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, right there. Van touches it.
I just want to see who it hit after that. Oh, there it goes.
Oh, right on the legs.
Oh, my ankle. My ankle.
All right, so they're going to look at it. It's going to be Dayton basketball.
Guy with the pepper hair and the good blazer, sensible blazer. He's okay, everybody on the sidelines.
All right, so now they brought Chuck Jones over to peek at it, so they want all
Come
three.
On, let's go, Tom. It was off VCU. Dayton's ball. Let's play.
It sounds like the same arguments that we have with NFL instant replay.
Yeah, I mean, this slows down.
Very clear.
Great energy. I love this crew for wanting to get it right. Let's go ahead and play.
Darrell Davis made the call right away. Dwayne Gladden is your referee, and it will be. Ooh, they're going to say VCU basketball. Ooh, wow.
We didn't get a clear enough look.
That is mind-blowing.
Well, they are saying they did not get a clear enough look. I think
I'm stunned. I almost wanted to say, are you kidding me?
I thought it was really clear. I mean, maybe we are dead wrong on the angle, but our camera operators had some great looks there, and I thought that they showed it perfectly. It should be Dayton basketball.
That's the wrong call. Let's be clear, that's the wrong call.
All right, so Williams has it out front, and Dayton probably needs to get VCU to the line. They got to start fouling here with 1:20 to play. Profield, shot clock at 3, and an air ball.
All right, so all you lost is a couple seconds right there.
Yeah, but seconds down by 9.
True. No question.
Here comes Crutcher. Crutcher for Cunningham, right to the rim, lays it in, and a foul is called. Count the bucket. It's an 8-0 run for the Flyers. If you don't think the VCU fans are thinking, here we go again?
Yeah, now this is troublesome. Where is the defense at home help side? Ball screen, exchange, the dive guy's Cunningham. Step too late is Van. And that's an old-fashioned three-point play opportunity. You do not want to be in a position where you're giving up points with the clock stopped.
Cunningham to the line, 68%. And he makes the three-point play. It's a 9-0 Dayton run. It's a 6-point game.
Double up under pressure here. Look for steals that start to foul.
And a hand-checking foul called on Darrell Davis. They send Van, a 73% free throw shooter, to the line on a 1-on-1 opportunity.
And here's the approach here. Basically, if you're Dayton, you want to treat this like, look, if I had 1 minute and 3 seconds left to live, I'd want this 1 minute and 3 seconds, because you want to make it the longest minute and 3 humanly possible with a lot of fouls and make it VCU convert from the free throw line.
So Van's front end is no good. Rebound is tipped. Cunningham has it. Here come the Flyers. Crutcher, under a minute to play. Crutcher leaves it for Cunningham. Tipped out for Jordan Davis. Davis for 3. No good, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line for 3 shots. Oh, man.
Tillman makes a heck of a play to deflect the basketball. It comes out to Davis. A reckless closeout from Crowfield, and that's a hard one. I think it was a better sell than it was a foul.
Jordan Davis misses the first. He's only been to the line. That's his 16th free throw. Watch it again.
Oh, there's no foul. Checks and balances in the game of basketball.
Makes that one. He'll get one more.
Very winnable game still for Dayton.
No question.
Especially with how suspect VCU has been come winning time. Look no further back than that Richmond game.
Third free throw is good. But it's still a 2-possession game, 51.1 to play.
Look for a steal first, then you got to foul. Got to foul.
11-0 run.
Got to foul. Got to foul.
They want to get the basketball in the hands of Isaac Van, but time's winding down.
I don't understand this.
31 seconds to play. Here's Tillman. Williams looks in. Tries to get it to Van. Shot clock at 1. He didn't get it off. The rebound by Davis, but only 18 seconds left. They got to hurry up. Crutcher for 3. It's good. Oh, man, it's a 1-point game. And a timeout by Anthony Grant.
Anthony Grant just made me understand. Played for the stop, got a quick hit. And all of a sudden, Tom McCarthy, we have a game. VCU cannot close them out.
VCU led by 12 on Wednesday with 8.5 to play over Richmond. They lost that ball game. They led by 15 at the same time here. And Crutcher's 3 makes it a 1-point game.
Crutcher with deep range. That ankle from Williams probably prevents him to get up as tight as he'd like, playing on his heels. Crutcher makes him pay. A roll of the dice from Anthony Grant not to foul goes in his favor right there. He knows a lot more about the game than I do.
All right, so 12.6 now to play here. You got to foul immediately, or you're going to let it play a little bit, then foul?
If you have a quick hitting steal, but right away, then you got to foul.
Mobley can run the baseline and calls a timeout. It just wasn't happening. So VCU down to 1 timeout. Come on back. 12.6 to play. A very important 12.6. VCU did not have Jonathan Williams on Wednesday in the loss to Richmond. He's an 80% free throw shooter. He and Tillman are the best free throw shooters.
And they're seniors on their home floor. Mobley with size at 6'8" is your inbounder. Find a way to give it to Williams or to Tillman. Jenkins is a pretty good free throw shooter as well.
Yeah,
and he's
77%.
got size to become a receiver. So those are the 3 you focus on. If you're Dayton, look for a quick trap. Give yourself about 2-3 seconds, then you got to foul.
Remember, Mobley made some mistakes inbounding on Wednesday night, too.
True.
Gets it into Williams, and Williams
might have a jump ball here.
Try to trap him, and they finally do foul him with 9.3 to play.
It's exactly how you want it to play out for both sides. Obviously, you want the steal if you're Dayton, but you get it to Williams. You almost get a trap. When you don't, you foul like the Flyers just did there.
That's the first foul on Crutcher. And by the way, Williams, if he makes both of these, it's still a 1-possession game. So a 3 could tie it for Dayton.
So now here's that age-old rule. Let's say both free throws go in. VCU has a foul to give. You foul to prevent that chaotic 3-point look. Foul again, put him to the free throw line most likely, but we'll see what Grant's approach will be. Oh!
Williams misses the free throw.
That goes out the door.
Huge.
Now you have, on the rebound, you have a chance to get a rebound here and go for the win.
VCU has 1 timeout left. Second shot is good. 79-77. Crowfield comes in. Jenkins checks out. It's a 2-point game, 9.3. Dayton with the basketball. Landers into Crutcher. And a foul to give. Stops the clock at 6.9 to play. So the next foul would put Dayton on the line for a 1-and-1.
So smart play there. Now VCU obviously will not foul. They'll play clean basketball here. But if you're Dayton, these are fast guards. I want Crutcher coming off on a curl screen with momentum, going downhill at the rim. Let's see if that's what happens.
Davis will inbound.
No momentum, but Crutcher with the pill.
5 seconds to play. Crutcher to his right, looks in for Cunningham, wide open, lays it in. With .1 to play, we're tied at 79. And we are heading to overtime. A miraculous comeback by Dayton, down by 15.
No excuse here. Total chaos defensively for VCU. A team that was in scramble mode the last 60 seconds. A microcosm of it here right now. A miscommunication. Tillman jumps the shooter as well, leaving the one place you got to protect. Cunningham sends it in. Extra basketball here in Richmond.
Overtime here at the Siegel Center. I don't think we anticipated this 8 minutes ago. 79-79. For those of you tuning in for the Wyoming UNLV game, you will be able to find that game online at cbssports.com/CBSSN as soon as it tips off. The tip has been slipped to 8:10 Eastern time. And of course, we'll get you out to that game immediately after the conclusion of this one. Well, Mike Rhodes, his team was leading 74-57. With 6:38 to play in the second half. VCU, though, they went cold. Dayton on a 16-1 run. And they're tied up now at 79 as we begin overtime. Tillman and Cunningham will jump center. A little different body language, I think, for both teams right now.
Yeah, this is a VCU team that just can't figure out how to win.
Yeah.
And that's what it comes down to. Coach Rhodes will get them there. This is a team that's had games in the bag and have found ways to lose them. Now, can they regain and saddle up right here? You got to put that regulation in the rear view. Focus on these next 5 minutes.
Jenkins with the basketball up top. He was not on the floor the last 50 seconds or so. VCU against Richmond had a 65-53 lead with 8:30 to play in the second half and lost that game. That was Wednesday. Mobley, entry pass to Tillman. Double team, still smooth as silk. 32 points for Tillman.
It's an easy ball game. That has to be the offensive initiative from here on out for the Rams. Dumped out to Tillman. Now you got to defend, got to protect your goal, take away driving lanes, and run guys off the three-point line. Help side defense needs to come to the forefront for the Rams.
Boy, Cunningham was wide open. Davis didn't see him. Now he has it. Crutcher, corner three is no good. Rebound, Cunningham. Darrell Davis to Jordan Davis. 1 minute off the clock here in OT. Davis leaves it for Crutcher again. Crutcher will take the three, and it's short. And the rebound by Jenkins.
No need to rush. I come right back down here. I micromanage this one. Go right back down to Tillman. Methodically build a lead here. Get another easy two. He should not be catching down there.
Yeah.
Duck back down. Get it to Tillman. Don't overthink this.
Mike Rhodes signaled motion offense.
Play to a side.
Shot clock is at 6. Jenkins thought about a long three. Now a traditional three. No good. The rebound is taken out by Dayton.
Missed opportunity for the Rams.
Landers to the basket. Tough angle. Tillman with 32 points now and 7 rebounds.
I'd play high-low basketball. Why don't you dump it to Mobley at the top of the key? Flash a post from Tillman. With that size from Mobley, you can dump it down more easily because I think the struggle is trying to find Tillman with this defense.
Jenkins cups it. Tough pass. Fortunate that Tillman got it. 5 of the shot clock. Williams. No, that was a little too strong. 2.5 to play here in overtime.
How does Tillman not touch the basketball? Tom, give me an answer. I need an answer.
I don't have one.
Evan, somebody, tell me. Here's
Darrell Davis for 3. No good. There are some weary basketball players on the floor right now.
These guys don't want to go back to their dorm rooms. That's the only answer I could have. They want to keep playing.
Mike Rhodes calls a timeout. 2:11 to play. 2-point lead for VCU and the basketball when we come back. Brent, thank you very much. We appreciate that. Our game reset here in overtime. 2:11 to play. How about the anatomy of a comeback? -17, -11, -9, -4. I mean, that's incredible, the comeback.
I thought it was over at 6:38,
Yeah.
5:31,
Yeah.
146.
I wasn't sure at 51.
Wasn't sure at
though.
51. That's when it got dicey for me.
All right. Well, coming back here, Anthony Grant and his team talked a little defense because VCU will inbound. There's Daryl Davis, who has 10 points today. He averages 16.6.
You got to find a way to play isolation basketball, two-man game on one side of the floor with Tillman and who's ever going to be the passer in the post. These guards have size. There you go. Van looked him off.
Jonathan Williams on the bench, by the way. Tillman does catch it awkwardly. 10 on the shot clock, and he gets the bucket to go down.
Every single time. Justin Tillman, every single time. Now Dayton's got to find a way to come back here and answer a 4-point lead. Crutcher has been the guy. Got to continue to attack. The ball screens have been good to him with Cunningham setting him up high.
34 for Tillman. Davis, and he's bumped. Count the bucket. He's bumped by Jenkins going to the basket.
How about that for an answer? This four-prong guard attack, you call for one, you get another one. Downhill meets no chest, undeterred, firmly determined, and look like all great finishers, eye on a prize, old-fashioned three-point play opportunity.
That is a freshman, folks. Two-time South Carolina High School Player of the Year, converts the three-point play.
You know what I'm going to ask for here, Tom?
You want Tillman to get the ball?
Who doesn't in a building?
Well, there's some donors from Dayton that came on this trip. I don't think they do.
That's a good response. Survey says your number one answer.
Throw field. Now to Jenkins. Over to Mobley.
Great
Spin pass to Tillman, and he's fouled.
Great pass from Mobley. Putting a little something on it right there. The delivery. Something Tom Brady would be impressed by. Or excuse me, I guess I should say Nick Foles these days.
You should say Nick Foles.
How about that? The post pass allows for the angle, allows to draw the foul and earn it from the free throw line.
Tillman, 35 points, continuing to add to his career high. Jonathan Williams taking a breather, going to head back in. Tillman has all of the points for VCU in this OT. And now the second free throw to make it a three-point game. No good. Rebound by Landers.
Got Cunningham. Oh, beat him down the floor.
Cunningham away from the basket, faces up against Tillman. Backs his way in. Dribbles the ball off the leg of a teammate and out of bounds. It remains Dayton ball. Ooh. VCU was diving all over the floor for that. It did touch a Dayton player last until it was off the fingertips of a VCU player diving for it. Anthony Grant's thinking, you know, I had some intense games here at VCU when I was the coach.
Bet he wishes this one wasn't as intense.
I was thinking the same thing.
Although at the anatomy of the comeback in about 6 minutes, he was probably hoping it got intense. Surely it did.
I think it says a lot about his team that they were able to come from behind down 17 in this great environment.
Got to respect that, Tom. It's a great point. 11 and 12 coming into this one. A losing record. Season hasn't gone how they would like. 5 and 6 in conference. Did not give up. We're talking mid-February at this point, and that's when college basketball teams hit the wall and give up. Not these Flyers, not Coach Grant's guys. And if you're a Dayton Flyer fan, you should take some pride in that.
Plenty of time on the shot clock. And Daryl Davis needs a timeout. It's the last one for Dayton. 2-point deficit staring at the Flyers when we come back. Our game reset here at overtime. Dayton was down by 17 in regulation. They tied it with .1 to play. We're here in overtime. It's Justin Tillman who's led the way for VCU, but Dayton has the basketball and no timeouts for Anthony Grant's team.
Yeah, so at this point, You got to make plays without relying on your coach or a bailout. It's a trapping defense in VCU. Dayton's been turnover prone. You got to value the basketball.
All right, so they've switched things up. They have Jordan Davis now inbounding instead of Darrell Davis, and Darrell is on the floor. He's down at the left block, covered by Van. So maybe he's going to try to free himself to get open.
Yeah, this thing's going to ultimately end up back in the hands of Darrell Davis. Play off to the side. They want Cunningham. Cunningham dives. Nobody home.
Shot clock at 7. Crutcher peeks and sees.
Gotta have it.
Jordan Davis for 3. No good. Rebound, though, by Landers. He lays it in. And we're tied with 45.5 to play.
Crowfield caught watching the basketball. Landers, don't watch me, watch TV. Grabs the rebound, offensive putback. We still got a game.
Van cut off. Williams down low to Tillman. Catch and finish. Shot clock is off.
Tilly.
Crutcher's going to hold it. To his right, no timeouts for Dayton.
Got to give yourself a chance for an offensive rebounding opportunity. You don't want to walk off.
Landers for 3, doesn't need it.
Oh,
out of bounds. 4.2 to play. VCU will inbound. That student section was getting louder and louder as the clock was winding down.
They were confused and chaotic from the jump, and unfortunately, Tom, like you mentioned, there was no timeout for the bailout.
All right, so they're going to bring Jenkins in, a better free throw shooter for Van. And now Mobley will inbound.
Same position here. Inbound, you got to foul quick. You can't even play for a steal. You got to foul immediately.
Mobley, and he calls the timeout. The evolution of a freshman.
He wasn't even looking to inbound a pass. He said, I got a timeout. I'm using it unless there's a pristine pathway for a pass. There wasn't. Timeout to talk it over.
86-84. All right, so if you're VCU, you have your better free throw shooters. You have Jenkins at 77%, Tillman at 75%, a little cooler today, but 75%. Williams at 80%. You have those guys in the game. Crowfield, 75%. And you got Mobley triggering the inbound, but you're saying foul immediately.
I mean, you either get in the passing lane and catch it, or right away you foul. You can't say, let's try to double then foul. There's no time for that.
Right, 4.2.
What you do have as an inbounder is at 6'8", you got size and Mobley. What you do have are 4 receivers out there that are capable of knocking down free throws. Tillman's missed a few. I'd like to see you get it to your guy in Jonathan Williams because he's low, compact to the ground. He'll be able to corral that thing, hold it. He's best with the basketball and your best free throw shooter. So I'd like to see Jonathan Williams with his hands on this. Also, last year, senior. He's the guy that needs the ball here.
By the way, the Wyoming and UNLV game is underway and now available at cbssports.com/CBSSN. We'll get you out there as soon as this one is completed.
Yeah, they're going to have to wait. We got some good ones here in Virginia.
Well, we had a good one earlier with Georgetown and Seton Hall, and this one might even be a little bit better. I mean, you look at the free throw shooters. Tillman at 74.5%. He's 3 of 8 today.
That's rare to see the percentages like that, Tom.
And Mobley was inbounding. He's at 90%. 18 of 20.
It is a little risque to have a freshman as your inbounder, your ultimate decision maker with the game on the line, but it speaks to the confidence Coach Rhodes has in this talented young man.
So he'll inbound, 4.2 to play. They get it into Williams, and Williams is fouled by Crutcher with 2.7. All right, so Williams, sore ankle and all. It was a sprained left ankle in the Rhode Island game. He missed the Richmond game because of it, but this is the reason why they needed him, is because he has the ability as a senior to be able to close games out. They are looking at the replay just to make sure they have the time correct.
Yeah. And that's critical. This is a moment where you stop, where I'm okay with it. Just got to get this right. Dayton deserves that opportunity with as much time on this clock as possible. Hey, look, let's not forget, Dayton already has a half-court shot under their belt in this one, so crazier things could happen on the finish.
See the time on the inbounds. The foul is there.
Yeah, you get maybe 0.1 added, maybe 0.2 more added on this thing.
Yeah, they are going to add, it looks like.
You maybe get to 2.8, 2.9 max. At every point, whatever matters.
86-84, VCU. VCU from the free throw line is 6 of 15 today. So these aren't gimmies.
Put it away right here, though.
Hey, they added over a second
Wow.
to the game clock.
So maybe when we thought that foul happened, and it clearly happened earlier.
Yeah. That's huge.
2 free throws go down here. It's all for naught.
First one, good. It's still a one-possession game. 3-point game. This is the big one.
Got to be on high alert here. Dayton's got to be able to react quick. A release guy in Davis. A leak out from Crutcher. Biggs on a low block. Got to make a decision quick.
The senior Williams converts. 3.9 to play. Jenkins out. Van is in. Jonathan Williams missed the Richmond game. They could have used his leadership and his free throw shooting at the end. They certainly got it here. The inbounds to Crutcher. They'll let him let one go. 1.2 to play. That is it. VCU in overtime has defeated Dayton 88-84. For Jordan Cornett, Evan Washburn, and our entire CBS crew here in Richmond, I'm Tom McCarthy. Let's send it to Darren Goldwater, Bob Wenzel, and Melody Collins in Vegas for Wyoming and UNLV.